Back on home soil today as Carshalton Athletic look to solidify their top 5 position in the Isthmian Premier League in the way of the 3 precious points at our bottom of the table, Wingate and Finchley, who need victory for different reasons. The Robins won 1-0 against Lewes last week and they've only lost 1 league game in 9. Match winner Christy Patterson is only named on the bench today. 1 of 3 changes, Paris Hamilton Downs and player boss Peter Odenyi also come in for Arnold Haxiu and Kashani Samuels. Visitors Wingate and Finchley do sit rock bottom currently. Their form does not make fun reading. No wins in 9, their last league win came back in November and they're 3 points adrift from safety. But as someone once said, football is a funny old game and the Blues will surely be scrapping for a result today. The visitors make 1 change from the side that narrowly lost 2-1 against Cheshunt. Christian Forino Joseph replaces Luke Ifield, who drops to the bench. The last time these 2 clubs met was back in November. Carshalton ran out 2-0 winners in North London via goals from Odenyi and Patterson. Can the Robins complete a league double today, or will Wingate and Finchley upset the form book? For Robins TV, I'm James Barrett Sterling and we are about to find out. It'll be Carshalton all in reds to get this game off and underway. Wingate wearing their blue with dark blue. It's 5th against 22nd, and both sides need victory today for different reasons. Let's hope we're in for a cracker. Well, strange start to the game there. Harry Ottaway and Ricky Corboa bombed over the halfway line, which the ball's got to be kicked before it. You can go into the opposition half, so we're going to start again. And now we're off and underway, and Cheadle does visit out wide looking for Ottaway. Now Wingate charging over halfway. There's Platt and Rene just swapping the ball, and Platt gets a decent ball. It's a free header, and Pertrew forced into an early save there. Charlie Ruff with his head in his hands. He got in between the last 2 defenders at the back post. Decent enough header as well. Pertrew, a big hand, palmed it round the post. An early action here at Colston Avenue. There's the signal. In it goes. Couldn't beat the first man. Corboa's on the end of it though. He's past Ruff. Taking on Platt. And he's gone down there. Little barge in the back. Referee says absolutely no way. There looked like there was contact for me. Corboa's still on the ball. He's now Reed. Cheadle looks to deliver one in early. It's been blocked. And cleared away. Now that was a big call there. Referee was very certain that it wasn't a foul. It did look like Platt barged into the back of Corboa, but nevertheless we don't have a penalty kick and play continues. Corner goes in short. Akinsanya back to Rene. And he's past Odenyi, gets a decent ball in. Free header! And the visitors take the lead! Christian Forino Joseph named in the starting lineup today. And he's powered a header in past Pertrew. And that shock result we spoke about pre-game could be on the cards. It's about 30 yards from goal, maybe 35. We have seen him score from this sort of distance before. Denny standing over it, way too far out for him to be thinking of having a poke. Jordan Cheadle. It's dipping, wasn't too far away. Just dipped at the last. But he's certainly getting closer since his return. Dudley puts one over the top for Corboa, who's onside and he's taking it down rather well. He's all on his own, cuts in onto his left foot and he's hit the side netting. One of the best openings for Carshalton in its opening 28 minutes. He was all on his own, Ricky Corboa, but he showed good skill to cut inside. Just couldn't beat Gore at his near post. Holds off the attentions of Hapo. Back for Ruff, neat 1-2 between the 2 strikers. Gets it across, it's going to fall for Olawatamaile, and he's shot straight at Pertrew, who got down and smothered the ball. Little hop, skip and a jump of frustration from the big midfielder. But again, it's another opening for Wingate, and they got through the Carshalton defence rather easily there. And they haven't really fashioned that many chances. Odenyi now's got a bit of space. He's got a few to aim for in the box, and it goes towards the near post. White's there! So close, millimetres away from getting that down on his foot. And Gore bowls the ball out. Riffat takes it down. White's snapped in there though. Now can he get Carshalton on the front foot? Here's Ottaway. He's got grace for company. Referee allowed play to continue. Corboa, neat 1-2. Back again for White, and he's fizzed it over the bar. Referee wants to have a word with a Wingate player. I think he's going to put it back for the foul in the build up to that. Lewis White took it first time and fizzed it over the bar from about 16 yards. but Carshalton more incisive there, cut their way through the Wingate defence, and there was a booking in there. Double substitution for Carshalton at half-time. Danny Dudley and Jordan Cheadle have made way for Kashani Samuels and Ola Sobammu. Sobammu, of course, has played for both teams, but he'll be looking to put in a good shift for the Reds today. Now here's Lewis White, he's cutting inside into the area and he's gone down. The referee is pointing to the spots. Carshalton Athletic have got themselves a penalty kick here. Oh, it's getting a bit tasty out there now. Well, there's a little bit of argy-bargy going on. Carshalton have been awarded a penalty. Lewis White, the man that was fouled, and I think the Wingate players are saying he rather made a meal of it. He's been shepherded away by Daniel Papo. Looks like skipper Paris Hamilton Downs is going to take responsibility from the spot. It will be Paris Hamilton Downs against Shane Gore. And Hamilton Downs manages to just squeeze it home. His heart must have been in his mouth a little bit, but that's his 7th goal of the season. And the returning skipper gets Carshalton back on level terms. It's Carshalton Athletic 1, Wingate and Finchley 1. What drama here early in the second half at Colston Avenue. Bradford, smashing tackle by Christian Farino Joseph. He's still angry. The centre-back's got to keep his emotions in check because he could have gone straight through the Carshalton player then. Bradford, Ottaway, surrounded by 2 opponents. Carshalton play on no. Corboa, lovely little touch, and then he's been bundled over by Farino Joseph. Referee says no. Well, the big centre-back's certainly been at the heart of 2 or 3 challenges in this opening 10 minutes of the second half. Lewis White, that's good play by the midfielder, just a nip in front, and now Bradford. Square for Adenyi, he's got Ottaway one more if he can find him. He skipped away, he's taking a deflection and it's in! The player boss scores against Wingate Finchley for the 2nd match in a row, and he puts Carshalton into the lead. Lovely play by Lewis White to win the ball for Carshalton in the first place. A couple of passes across the 18-yard box. Adenyi, it opened up for him a little bit. He had Ottaway square, but he decided to take it on himself. I think it took a small deflection on its way through, but it ended up in the back of the net. It's his 2nd goal of the season, his 2nd goal against Wingate and Finchley this season, and it's Carshalton's 2nd goal of the afternoon. Peter Adenyi, since he's come to this club, player manager, he's turned the fortunes around. He's almost 40, and yet he's still banging goals in and helping the club move forwards. What a guy. The fullback does rather well to win the ball actually and play it down the channel for Akin Sanya, who did get away from Papo, who lunged in a little bit. The Wingate bench just asking the question. There's a booking for Daniel Papo. Wouldn't really be a Saturday afternoon without one of those, I'd say. Joseph, so Bammu's there. And now it's been knocked into the path of Corboa. He's one-on-one onto his right foot, and he's put Carshalton Athletic 3 goals to 1 up. Ricky Corboa back amongst the goals. I think it was Harry Ottaway that managed to get the final pass into his path. He was one-on-one with his man, cut onto his right foot, and he angled a shot inside the near post, beat Shane Gore, all ends up. And now Carshalton Athletic take a commanding grip on this game. Now, referee's asking for both physios to come on, so Bammu's down. I think it's Farino Joseph who's gone flying into 2 or 3 challenges in this half. Now there's a bit of a skirmish going on here. Rifat getting involved. Samuel's in there, Adenyi. Now remember, Rifat has been sent off in the past here. It was a good few seasons ago, but I still remember it. Hamilton Downs and Akinsanya now having words with each other. Papo's gone across the step in. Gore's got involved. And the 2 most sensiblest people are probably Pertwee and Reed, who are now walking over quite calmly to see what all the fuss is about. It was Farino Joseph that went cattling into Sobammu, who's only just come back from a long layoff, let's not forget. And then there's a lot of words and a bit of handbags going on. Gruff and Adenyi still talking to each other. Pertrew doing some keepy up, he's on his own. He really has got 2 good feet. So Bambu's walking off very gingerly. Wingate Joseph looks in a worse way. He's been helped off by 2 colleagues. As I say, he's flown into 2 or 3 challenges since the start of the second half. So Bambu looks like he'll be able to continue. Wingate Joseph is going to be replaced by Bradley Woods-Garness. Now the referee's going to restart the game with a trot ball after all of that. Ottaway is just going to give it back to Gore. It looks like Wingate are going to go to a back 4 now. Riffat and Grace in the middle. Woods-Garness will go and support Akinsayer up top. Shot really. And well, the ball's been played into the path of Corboa, who's in over halfway here. Bradford and Ottaway and White are streaming up to get in support there. He's gone down. Referee says nothing doing. Riffat just eased him out of it. Referee said no way. And now that substitution will happen. It's going to be Charlie Ruff that makes way. Luke Ifill, who was the man dropped from the starting lineup this afternoon, will get just under 15 minutes to try and make a stamp on the game. It's going to be Ravon Splats to get 10 minutes or so. Harry Ottaway is going to make way. It's a straight swap up top. Ottaway's given everything for the cause again today. Splat got his first goal for the club last week. Can he add to his tally? Their last substitution of the afternoon. 5 minutes remaining. Jeanville Rene makes way. And it's Alfonso Kennedy to enter the fray. He's Wingate's top goal scorer this season. He's got 8 goals to his name. Curiously, he's not started the last 3 matches now, but he's got 5 minutes to try and make an impact here. And the full-back fires it forward. Little flip by Woods-Garness. Ifill just couldn't break in. Pertrew was live. Neat little move from the visitors though, but he left it for Adenyi, who's lost it to Akin Sanya. He's got 2 to his right and he's picked out Ifill. Can he deliver across? Goes square instead. Here's Farrell. Tries to bend one in. Pertrew will say he had it covered. I don't think it was ever going to come back on target. But not a bad effort from the left back, who found himself in an advanced position there. Corner kick goes in. Pertrew's there, got half a fist on it. Good challenge by Reed, and the referee's given a spot kick to the visitors. They got themselves a little lifeline. Corboa stayed down in the box. He was involved as well. Pertrew's also down. I'm pretty sure the referee's given a spot kick, but Carshalton have got 2 players down inside their own penalty area. And Wingate Finchley have got the opportunity to grab a second goal of the afternoon. By my watch, we've only got one of the additional 3 minutes left to play. So as I say, a spot kick to Wingate and Finchley to give them the sliverest of hopes. It's going to be Akinsanya against Pertlew. And he scores! Carshalton Athletic 3, Wingate and Finchley 2. But as I say, as it's a little bit too little too late. We've had the allotted 3 additional minutes. He put it away confidently and he's deserved the goal. The number 9, he's worked hard this afternoon for his team. Flicked on, and that's it. The referee does bring a halt to proceedings. Carshalton Athletic, another valuable 3 points for them against a hard-working Wingate and Finchley side whose performance rather belies their bottom of the league status. They took the lead, the visitors, on 18 minutes. Christian Marino Joseph, who had to go off in the second half with an injury, powering in a header, and 1-0 it remained at the break. Carshalton made 3 changes for this game. Paris Hamilton Downs, Peter Adenyi and Ricky Corboa all came back into the starting lineup, and all 3 of them scored after the second half got underway. Hamilton Downs from the penalty spot, Adenyi with a slightly deflected shot from about 15 yards, and then Corboa with an individual strike cutting into his right foot before drilling a low shot beyond Shane Gore to make it 3-1. Wingate and Finchley did get on the score sheet again in added time. Penalty kick by Olu Akinsanya, but it was mere consolation, and we'll go and get some feedback on this one. I've been James Barrett Sterling and you're watching Robins TV.